On this episode, we answer frequently asked questions about the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show, and you find out how the heck you can get a hold of me. What's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another edition of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. I am your host, Josh Burnett, and I'm glad to be back at it again, recording here at the Ridge on a Friday morning with my man Aaron. Thank you for joining us today. We've got a special edition of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show, and I got to be honest, it's not the most sexy episode, but it's answering a lot of questions that I've been getting asked over and over again. So we're going to call this the frequently asked question edition of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. I hope you'll enjoy it, and let's get into the show.
Why are you celebrating Columbus?
Now, I have to say, this is the question that I've been asked the most. Why are you celebrating Columbus? And to just be real transparent with you, it started as just a personal coping skill for me. My wife and I, and our family, we moved back from Washington, Illinois to our hometown Columbus. And for me, one of the struggles that I've had dealing with some of my wife's health issues have been depression. And so oftentimes I don't want to be happy about anything. And so celebrating something, or celebration in general, is just my decision to find the good every single day. And it was like when we got into the city limits of Columbus that I could just finally breathe again. And so we're back here in the Columbus area and celebrating, people, places, businesses that are special and unique to this area in Columbus it just comes naturally to me. And so to be real with you, it started as I was depressed and I needed something to celebrate. And so I picked the easiest thing and the first thing that came to my mind, and that was the city where we come from. And after a while, it just got to be kind of my daily ritual. Okay, every single day, I'm going to find something to celebrate in the city of Columbus. And it's just taken off from there. And I really want it to not just be something that I do, but I want everyone to celebrate the community that we live in, because there are a lot of special people, places, and businesses, nonprofits in this community. So that's why I'm celebrating Columbus.
What are you hoping to accomplish through the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show?
Well, I hope that I answered that a little bit with the last question of why am I celebrating Columbus, but to get a little bit more specific, what I'm hoping to accomplish through hashtag Celebrate Columbus is to start a movement on social media primarily, that what has kind of turned into the negative news source of Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. There's a lot of negative that goes on every single day, and they're talking about things that are going on in our community. And I get it, that there's a lot of negative stuff that's going on in our world, and we need to do something about that. But the thing that bothers me most is that when people just complain and they do nothing about it. I think, what a waste of space, what a waste of my time, what a waste of your energy to complain about something and to not get on the solution side. So for me, I wanted to kind of be the change I wanted to see in the world. And so I hope that it won't just stop with me, but it will change the way that certain things are displayed on social media, and that people will first try to find the good, and then if they do see something negative, that they would be willing to do something about it and turn it into a positive. Because we can either get really obsessed with our pain or our negative issues or the circumstances of our lives and be paralyzed by that, or we can do something about it. And for me, what I'm hoping to accomplish through this project is that not only would I be someone that's celebrating Columbus, this is not about me. This is about all of us in this community finding something good to talk about, to post about, to write about, to communicate about when it comes to our city every single day, because I believe that our online lives can make a positive difference in the real world. And when we learn to celebrate things, people, places, businesses, I really think that it can make a difference in our world. So that's what I'm hoping to accomplish. This episode of the Hashtag Celebrate Columbus show is sponsored by Benjamin Morrow of Umbrella Design. Umbrella Design is a graphic design company that's all about producing the best fit for your needs at an affordable rate, convenient turnaround, and a refreshing personal interaction. Benjamin's from Columbus, Indiana, and I've personally used his services for designing a logo for my social media business. We've worked together on websites, and I'm a huge fan of everything he designs. If you'd like to find out more about Umbrella Design and how Benjamin can help you, check out his website at umbrelladesign.space.
Is the Hashtag Celebrate Columbus show going to be a regular thing?
I really appreciate you guys asking me this. It means a lot to me. What it shows me is that you're interested in it and you would like to get on a schedule with me so that you can kind of know when to expect it coming out and things like that. I do want it to be a regular thing. I've got a part-time job now here at the Ridge, and I've got a family that I'm trying to take care of, and I got about 5 other part-time jobs that are trying to make up a full-time paycheck. But I really want this to be a regular thing, and so right now we're in the filming process of doing a number of episodes so that we can release it somewhat like a television show, so I don't have to do one show every single week, because some weeks, you know how it is, I mean, it gets really busy. But I'm hoping that this will be a weekly thing, at least once a week, that we can watch the show and be a part of Hashtag Celebrate Columbus.
Do you take requests to be on the show?
This is another one that I really appreciate. It makes me feel so official and everything, and I'm not at all. I'm just a guy trying to celebrate our city. I do take requests to be on the show. I actually recorded an episode yesterday with a member from our community, Tara Smith, about an upcoming movie premiere, and she requested to be on the show, and we collaborated on a project together. So I do take requests. There are a couple details that we'll need to talk through in order to make that happen, but I would love to get guests on this because, again, like I said, I don't want it to be just about me. I don't want to just be that guy. I want to have conversations with people about other people, places, and businesses in our community. So if you want to be on the show, reach out to me. I would love to have you as a guest, and we can make something happen together.
How can we support the Hashtag Celebrate Columbus show?
This by far is my favorite question, and that's why we've saved it for the last. A lot of people have been coming up to me or sending me messages through social media or a text message or an email asking how can they support the show. And that's really humbling to me that people want to be a part of this and they want to join the team and join the effort to celebrate Columbus. There's a couple different ways that you can help support this and become part of the team. Number one, you can share this video. This allows several people from our community to see what we're trying to do together, and I hope that it'll make a positive difference and that it'll keep kind of the energy going of we're trying to celebrate Columbus together. Another thing that you can do, and this is the reason why this is called the Hashtag Celebrate Columbus show, is that on your different social media platforms, if it's Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, maybe even like Pinterest and other social networks as well, if you use the hashtag Celebrate Columbus, I can then go in and look at that category, because that's really what a hashtag is. It just categorizes things, and then I can pull some pictures from there if you're celebrating something in Columbus, or if you ask a question for the show, I can find it there. So by using that hashtag Celebrate Columbus, we're able to really collect that data, or data, however you say it, together and we can keep the Celebrate Columbus in one place where we can find it and use that to celebrate Columbus together. Another way that you can support the show is recently I had a friend of mine reach out, and he's going to start making t-shirts for us, hashtag Celebrate Columbus Show t-shirts, which I think is awesome. And big shout out to Ryan Myers, one of my really good friends. He is the general manager of a golf course in Seymour, Indiana. We got love for Seymour, okay, Columbus. And he's actually from the Columbus area, and he offered to help us out with the first run of t-shirts. And so maybe you want to order a t-shirt and be a walking billboard for me. As you can see, I'm wearing a different t-shirt from our community every single day. I try to be a walking billboard. Right now I'm representing Viewpoint Books. And that would be a really cool way that you could support the show by purchasing a t-shirt and just walking around and raising awareness for what we're trying to do. And the last way you can support the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show is just by asking questions, by asking positive questions about people, places, businesses, nonprofits in our community. By you asking those questions, we can actually try to get the right guests on the show that need to be answering those questions, because just being real, I don't know all the answers, and I don't want to ever make you think that I do know all of them. I'm just a guy trying to celebrate the city where I live, and I want to connect with people in the community and get the right people on this show to answer the questions that you really care about. And so if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. I might not know the answer today, but we can use that question in the future for upcoming episodes, and I can say to a guest, hey, I'd really like to have you on the show. We've got a number of questions about this topic, and I feel like you're the right person to have on the show for that. So those are a couple different ways that you can support the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. I want to thank you for all your questions today. These were the frequently asked questions about the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show, and I hope that the answers gave you a little bit more clarity of what I'm trying to do, where we're going, and why I'm doing the show. Well, that wraps things up for this episode of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. You keep asking questions, and we'll keep celebrating Columbus together.